A young girl nervously walked onto the America's Got Talent stage, clutching the microphone as if it were her only anchor. Her heart was pounding so hard she could almost hear it echo in the massive auditorium. The bright lights above blinded her for a moment, and she could barely make out the faces of the judges sitting in front of her. Simon Cowell leaned back in his chair, his eyes locked on her, calm yet intimidating. She smiled nervously and introduced herself, her voice trembling slightly. She told them how she had dreamed of singing on this stage her whole life, and now that she was here, she wanted to make her late mother proud. The judges smiled warmly, offering small nods of encouragement, but Simon's face remained unreadable. When the music began, she tried to find her rhythm, but fear was louder than the melody. Her voice shook, slipping out of tune as she struggled to keep up with the backing track. The audience exchanged uneasy glances, whispering quietly. Simon tilted his head, then suddenly raised his hand. "Stop the music," he said sharply. The entire hall went silent. The girl froze, confusion and panic rushing through her veins. Simon's tone was calm but direct as he said, "You don't need all that noise behind you. Just sing, a cappella. Let me hear who you really are." She blinked, swallowing hard, unsure if she could do it. The silence in the room was deafening. Every eye was on her. Her hands trembled as she adjusted the microphone. She took one deep breath, closed her eyes, and began to sing without music. The first few notes were soft, uncertain, but pure. Then something magical happened, her fear melted into the melody. Her voice, raw and emotional, filled the entire auditorium. The audience leaned in, captivated by the clarity and sincerity of her tone. Without instruments, there was nothing to hide behind, it was just her voice and her truth. Every word carried pain, hope, and longing. Simon's face softened, his usual stern expression slowly turned into a look of admiration. The judges exchanged astonished glances as the girl sang her heart out, tears streaming down her face but her voice unwavering. As she reached the final verse, her confidence blossomed. She sang about love, loss, and never giving up, words that came from her soul. The crowd began clapping softly, then louder, until the entire room stood up, cheering her name. Her final note hung in the air, perfectly sustained, echoing through the silence that followed. For a brief moment, time seemed to stop. Then, the room erupted in applause. She stood still, breathing heavily, eyes wide with disbelief as the judges rose to their feet. Simon slowly stood up, a rare smile spreading across his face. "That," he said, his voice full of emotion, "was real. That's the performance of a lifetime." He reached forward and slammed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti exploded from above, raining down over her as she covered her face, overwhelmed with joy. The audience screamed, the judges clapped, and Simon looked at her with pride. She had come in afraid, unsure of herself, but left the stage as a star reborn, a symbol of what happens when you dare to sing from your heart, even in silence.